All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Monday afternoon. It is 12:15. I have the day off from work. I just got back from GameHoleCon. You can hear my voice sounds like shit. I'm fighting the con crud. I ate emergency the whole weekend, 2 in the morning, 2 at night. And I really do think it helped. But, pushing 60, out of shape, fat, high blood pressure, you name it. I got the trifecta going. But I feel pretty good. I'm just a little achy. I'm a little tired. I'm going to take a COVID test later just to be on the safe side. My voice is getting worse. But I'm okay. I mean, I got a little bit of a headache. So kind of all the symptoms of COVID. So who knows? Maybe I won. I won the COVID. This will be the 8th time I've had COVID. Right on. You know what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm one strong son bitch. My throat is really raw, so I have to keep drinking to keep it moist because there's shit. Anyway, you don't want to know about it. Anyway, 2 packages in the mail. I think I know what one of them is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The other one, I have no clue. I don't know what it is. I didn't order anything that I'm aware of. But then again, sometimes my Patreons and lovely game companies send me cool stuff. So maybe it was. Hopefully the audio's okay, guys. I apologize. My throat is really raw. But I picked up a lot of cool stuff at the con. And then I got some stuff in right before I left for the con. So I wanted to take a moment to show you guys all the cool swag that we got. I want to give a couple shout outs first. First, Dakota at Trollord Games. Sir, you were awesome to talk with. I enjoyed our conversations. Grace, you're beautiful. Your boyfriend is awesome. You guys are wonderful. Keep up the great work that you do. Steven Chenault, Chuck, you guys are amazing. Thank you for an awesome game. Chuck ran a super fun game. Actually, Chuck asked me if I was going to go to GaryCon, because he would like to see if I could run some games at GaryCon. So Chuck, consider this an official yes. I talked with the wife last night, and I think it's going to be okay. So, barring any other contingencies like work and stuff where I can't get off, it should be okay. So I'll reach out to you later. And we'll get the specifics figured out. So, Dakota at Trollord Games. I don't remember the young man's name, but he was the U.S. representative for Arkenforge. He gave me a really cool poker chip for Deadlands and Arkenforge. Super cool. Thank you so much. Also gave me his personal, that's his work email, but it's the one he doesn't give out to a lot of people, because I told him I had bought Arkenforge and I was having some problem like resizing the map and stuff to my TV for my game table. So he said to reach out to him when I get a chance. So I will probably do that later in the week. I'm sorry, guys. I don't feel too horrible, but my voice just sounds horrible. So hopefully this isn't too bad and you can hear me okay. Let me know down in the doobly-doo if it's not, if I need to record this. I'm not peaking too hard, so I think we're okay. I want to give another shout out to, of course, the guys at Arkenforge. They were super nice in answering all my questions. And then there was a young man, probably around my age, big beard, was wearing a leather cowboy hat, or at mistymountaingaming.com. And I spent a little bit of money at this gentleman's booth. I spent well over $100. But I enjoyed talking with you, sir. I'm sorry I don't remember your name. But if anybody knows the folks over at Misty Mountain Gaming, get in touch with them. Get them in touch with me. I would love to do an interview with them. They were super awesome. And they sold some really cool shit. The first thing I got was this Black Viking D20 that, God, probably weighs 2 pounds. I mean, this thing is a beast. And you can see how big it is. And it's a beautiful die. So it was $30. And then the guy says, I said, woo, $30 for a die, which to be honest is relatively cheap considering. I've paid more for metal dice, so it was a great deal. And he said, no, you're paying $30 for the nice soft cloth bag. you get the die for free. So I was like, oh, in that case, give me 2 bags. He was really nice, fun to talk to. For those that don't know, in the Coast Guard, I was a gunner's mate, and his father was a gunsmith, and so we were trading gun stories and stuff like that. So it was a fun conversation, and he was really nice to chat with. So if anybody knows the folks at MistyMountainGaming.com, send them a link to the channel, to this video, and hopefully they can reach out to me and I can get that gentleman's name and give him the proper credit he deserves by giving him a name. The other thing I bought that I was just enamored with when I saw, I was literally just going to buy this die and I was going to walk away after chatting with the gentleman. And this caught my eye. It was sitting up by the cash register. Now, it looks like a mug, and that's exactly what it is, but it's not necessarily you don't drink directly out of the mug. It's a koozie. You put your soda in there, and there's a spacer in here that we'll get to in a minute, and you can put either a 12-ounce can or you can put a 16-ounce can, like I drink Kickstart. That's my poison of choice. So this was $70. Now, it is PLA printed, and they sanded it down pretty good. It's really nice looking. I mean, the video doesn't do it justice, but it's very nice. He put a nice satin varnish on it, and it was $70. And I was like, ooh, that's steep, but man, I'm going to be the only guy in my gaming group with a mug like this for sure. Or a mug like this, hey. But I had to have it. It just spoke to me on so many levels. And so I didn't hear him when he said, but you also get for $70, you get 3 sets of dice. I didn't hear that part, or I was so enamored with the mug and looking at it that I just didn't pick up on it. So, and here's a little spacer that you put in there, and then your drink can sit up high, and it's 355 milliliter, 12 ounces. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got a lid, so you could keep dice in it, which is what I'm doing. And I got 3 sets of dice for $70, so the mug was included. And the first set of dice is just a blue and gold regular polyhedral plastic, set of dice. They're very nice. It's a full set with percentage dice. It's pretty cool. I'm not mad at it for sure. This set I really liked. This was a white set with gold as well. Let me get the D20 here. It's kind of pearlescent, as you can see with the gold numbers, and it was very nice. And again, full set with the percentage dice included. 1d6, 1d4, 1d8, 1d12, and a d20, and the percentile dice. So that was really nice. And I was like, oh, those are, average sets of dice, nothing to write home about, not to get excited about or anything like that. And then I got to the big bag, and I went, whoa, what's in here? Because it's heavy. And for those that don't know, Mr. Mean is very much in touch with his feminine side, and I absolutely adore the color pink. So I don't know how well these are going to show up with my big fat head in the way. There you go. But they're gorgeous. They're metal. They're kind of a sort. They're probably like Iridium or maybe tin. But they got a nice weight to them. They're metal dice, and there's a full set there if you can see them. They're very nice. And again, a nice cloth bag, MistyMountainGaming.com. So 3 sets of dice and a really cool mug, that has a screw down lid. So you can literally use this to hold dice and you'll have no problems. Your stuff won't go flying all over the place. So, oops, I hit the mic. Pardon moi. Let me tilt this down a little closer to me. There we go. So, yeah. Don't tell my players on Saturday, but those 2 sets of dice are going to go to those guys. I have tons of dice. I don't need more. I am going to use the big Viking D20 though in the game, because they may or may not have a very large battle, and I want it to feel, So, and of course there's a big eyeball on the top. So this is probably the coolest thing I got at the con. Of course, when you go to the convention, you get a GameHoleCon D6. So this is my second one. So I have two of these now. I don't remember if they're in different colors. You get one every year when you attend. The other cool thing I got from the gentleman that was at the con was this. It's Dragon Artist. I'm sorry, I'm talking away from the mic. I apologize. The other cool thing I got at the con was Dragon Con Artist Fantasy GM mat. So this thing is huge. It's a nice big mouse. It's a nice big mouse pad. It's textured on one side so it won't slip. The edges are sewn so it's not going to come apart. And it's the Fantasy City Game Master reference. And what it has is just a whole bunch of random, D20, D100 charts, drinks on tap. You need a tavern, exotic loot, organizations, downtown factions, non-human NPC names, street encounters, notice board for quest, NPC personality, human NPC names. So it's just a big, helpful GM thing, and I really liked it. It was $60, which is a little steep, but then I thought, this thing's going to last forever because it's a heavy neoprene. It's about, I'd say, 3 millimeters thick, maybe even closer to 4. And it's really nice. So that was $60. I was very happy with it. Right before I left for GameHoleCon, I got my package from Troll Lord Games. They have a very lucrative veterans discount. You just have to prove that you're a veteran, and there's a process. Go to their website, they'll tell you about it. But I got the bamboo notepad, which I used, and I got Chuck to sign it. So that was pretty cool. I already lost a pen. I know exactly where I left it. It was clipped onto my badge and it fell off, and it's at the table, so I'm kind of bummed. It's not the end of the world, though, because the pen, while it wrote spectacularly, it was a really nice pen. It wasn't engraved or anything with Troll Lord Games. It was just made out of bamboo like this. But this is bamboo, and this does have the Castles and Crusades logo. So I got this. It was like $15. I'm always on the lookout for unique notepads, so I really was very excited to find that. Very happy with it. The other cool thing, there was a booth there that was selling discounted copies of Modiphius's games, things they no longer have the license for. So they were selling them at fireside sales. And so one of the things I got was, I don't have the John Carter Warlord of Mars 2D20. And the reason is I didn't want to back it. I play tested this for Modiphius. And while I love Edgar Rice Burroughs, I mean, who doesn't? And I like John Carter, Warlord of Mars. And the art in here, the layout of this book is amazing. The art in here is fantastic. I'm not a fan of the 2D20 Lite system, which this was the first book in Modiphius's system to use the 2D20 Lite mechanics. So I'm happy to have it in my collection now, and I got it for a song. I think it was $10. And it's normally a retail of, I can't read it. I don't think it has the retail price on here. But yeah, and I got the Player's Guide, which is a smaller book. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll run it. But I'm happy to have it in my collection. The Player's book looked really nice, so happy to have that. Excuse me. I'm sorry. The other thing I picked up that I'm pretty excited about, because I was actively looking at the Kickstarter years ago, and it was just too rich for my blood at the time. And it uses the WEG West End Games Star Wars D6 system, and I'm not a fan of that system. So I passed on it, and now I have a 3D printer. I can print my own miniatures. So they had the box at the convention for sale, the Kickstarter box. They had a couple left over. And they were selling for $150, and that came with a bunch of miniatures, the GM screen, and the hardback book, and a couple of different decks of playing cards with rules on them for the game itself. And I didn't want to drop $150 on a game that I know I'm probably never going to play. But the company that does this, Majestic Press Play, they're a graphics design, graphic artist company. They're known for comic books and doing some American type manga art. And they're really well known, and they do a great job. And one of their things is all of their game books have rounded corners and rounded pages. Wow. And you may say, Mr. Mean, that's no big deal. It is actually, because rounded corners don't tend to bend or get dinged up as bad as a square corner. And then the pages are actually rounded in there as well, if you can see that. So I picked up the book and I was kind of glancing through it and I was reading the back blurb and I was kind of enticed by it. And then, I mean, he gave it to me for, I think, 35, 25, and it retails for 39. So he gave me a nice little deal. So I picked it up, and I gotta say, I've been reading it. I got in yesterday evening about 5 o'clock. I got home and I relaxed for a little bit after I played with my son, and he was done with me. Dad, you're boring. I'm out. I sat down and I read it some more, and I really like what I read. To be honest, they've changed it. They've created a variant of the WEG D6 called the magnetic variant. And so I kind of like what they've done. They've reduced the skills under each attribute. They've changed the attributes a little bit. I'll do an in-depth review in a couple days. But so far, I'm really liking what I'm reading. I like the world. It's that kind of mix of like World War One trench warfare with magic, you know, and monsters and mechs. So it's really cool. If you know about Carbon Gray, put some notes down in the doobly-doo. If you have some good resources for it, put it down there in the doobly-doo. Or if you know other videos that have covered it real well, put it down in the doobly-doo and I'll go check them out, because so far I'm kind of intrigued by this and I kind of want to run it. A D6 game that Mr. Mean wants to run? Clearly chaos is afoot. So then, of course, I had to go by the Troll Lord booth, and like I said, I gave props to Dakota and Grace and Steven and Chuck. Davis wasn't there. If he was there, I didn't see him. It's Stephen and Davis Chenault, the brothers. But they came out with Amazing Adventures. It just got released, and they had physical copy. They were able to get 2 boxes from the printer. Kickstarter backers, I think, already got theirs, but the rest of the print copies that are for general sale hadn't come in yet. But somehow they got 2 boxes. And I don't know if that was left over from Kickstarter. It was like a buffer. I'm not sure. Either way, this uses the Siege engine, so if you already know how to play Castles and Crusades, you know how to play Amazing Adventures, because it's the same game. This just adds psychic powers, superpowers, pulp fiction, 1930s, all dinosaur, all that stuff. This is your play anything game. And I got the player's handbook, I got the GM screen, and I got the Castle Keeper's Guide, or in this case, the Chronicle Keeper's Guide. So very happy. The book is beautiful. $49.99 is the retail. It's a chunky book. More in-depth review coming to this soon. The other cool thing, I got to play an Intergalactic Heroes, an EDH variant. Now, everybody on the channel here knows Mr. Mean is not a fan of 5e in any way, shape, or form for most cases. Well, EDH is different. My good friend Brian Isakoff and Ron Talks Tabletop Games and I think Cosmic Flux was in it too. We all got to play EDH under Brian running the game, and I really enjoyed it. And Ron Talks Tabletop, he took to it like a fish to water, and I think he was playing the smart hero, and he was kicking off all these abilities that would allow me to do extra things. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I liked it so much, I bought the game. And I bought the next expansion for it. I'm waiting for the Urban Arcana, because that was one of the 3.5 settings that I really, really enjoyed, was Urban Arcana. And they are coming out with that soon, is my understanding. Well, anyway, Brian C.P. Steele, who's been involved in a lot of different RPGs and miniature games and things like that, is working with the company behind Intergalactic Heroes. And so I got to play with this Ring I Thee Dead, which was hilarious. Brian CP Steele is a phenomenal GM. So much fun. We only had, I think, 3 hours, and we got so much done in that 3 hours. It was amazing. We had a good group. There was, I think, 6 of us playing, and it was just fun. So I played Rule the Refusal in 9 parts. And when I say my name, I say the whole name. I don't just, hi, I'm Rule. No, I am Rule the Refusal in 9 parts. And I was the ship's muscle. And I was playing a strong hero, living weapon, level 3, and I was a Gabhar, which are like goat people. And it was really cool. Brian did a great job of explaining all the races, and I'll be back in this character. I know I said I'm off of Kickstarters. I'm gonna back this one. Brian, you sold me, sir. I also talked to Brian about doing an interview with him, and he said, "Yeah, shoot him a message on Facebook, and he'll see what he can do to fit me in." So super cool. Like an idiot, I went off and left all of my marketing material at home. So I have a little it's called Link, LINQ, credit card, and it has a chip in it. And so if you have NFC enabled on your phone, I can just tap it to your phone, and it gives you all Mr. Mean Speaks, my email, my YouTube channel, all my socials. Left it at home like a moron. So yeah, really want to collect my stickers. The only thing I did manage to bring is I think her name is Joanne. I'm pretty sure it's Joanne. I apologize, Stephen O, if I don't remember your wife's name. But I did remember my Mr. Mean Speaks shirts, and so I wore those every day of the con. So that was really awesome. I gave my buddy Mickey a T-shirt. Mickey from Polyhedral Knights went with me, and we had a blast. So a really fun con. I hope the audio doesn't keep going out because I just realized I had the folder covering in between me and the mic. But anyway, we got to keep the folders. I'm very happy to have this. It's the character sheet in there with a little blurb on it. So pretty excited. I think I got some stickers in here. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, they're not. They probably fell out. But either way, super excited. Gonna try to make it to Gary Con. What else, man? Oh, Wet Ink Games was a nice company. The guy was real pushy salesman. Won't be reaching out to him. Uh, I mean, I understand he's just trying to make money, but they were like 25 years old, and I just don't have the patience for stupid kids. Sorry. The other one there that was really cool was their Tavern series by HammeredGameTables.com. Guy was super nice. He looked like a dwarf, like a real life dwarf. He had a big nose, he had long hair and a beard, and he was short. I'm not exactly tall. I'm right at 5'10". I'm not like a huge guy, but I'm not small either. But I was way bigger than this guy, but he was nice. And he had a great sense of humor. But the problem is his tables were stupid expensive. I mean, wormwood tables are cheaper. Now, I'm not going to say the quality wasn't there. I thought the tables were beautiful, but $3,700 for a tiny little game table? No, ain't happening. My wife would castrate me. So, right in the garbage. Battle Baubles was a company that was there, and you can see there, you can pause that, and you can get all their stuff. So they make tokens and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. There was a flyer for Con of the North, which I will be going to. That's February 14th through the 16th. So I'll be going there. Tail Weaver, I don't know what it is. I got to go check out the QR code and check out what it is. I don't know if it's for 5e. If it is, it'll probably just go right in the garbage. Hate to say it. I'm not a nice person. Dungeon Artist. I showed you the GM Matt with all the fantasy stuff. He had a cyberpunk one and a sci-fi one, and I'm telling you, man, if I would have had the money, I'd have bought all three because I thought they were fantastic. I'm not. Go check these guys out. There's the QR code. You can pause it for a minute. Go check out their stuff. I'm going to reach out to him and do an interview with him because I thought he was super cool. I grabbed 2 of these cards. Talon and Claw, quality tabletop game accessories. I'm pretty sure I bought some from them, but I don't remember what I bought. But I grabbed a card. So I'm going to reach out to them and see if I can chit chat with them. So that's kind of all the goodies I got. Pretty excited about everything. Oh, my throat is killing me, guys. So why don't we see what's in these packages, huh? Remember, got towards your buddy. I don't know what's in here, so let's see what's in here. Oh, So this is nothing cool. This is COVID test. How appropriate. I guess we'll just keep these right here. Ah, that's funny. All right. Oh, but this heavy bad boy. Where's this from? It just says NJ Cranberry South River Road, New Jersey. Oh, I know what this is. This is my, and I've read some bad things, so I'm hoping. This is my 20th anniversary Savage Worlds stuff, and I've heard bad things. I've heard it's all been beat up, and the New Jersey, yeah, there's no packaging in here, so hopefully it's all in good shape. So let's see. Oh, that doesn't look too bad so far. Let's see. So I went in at like the $200 pledge, I think, or whatever it was. So I got the Edge cards, and you can see these are some chunky boys. And they're not dinged up, so that's good. And then I got the player's box. This is pretty neat. And I think there's some stuff in there, so we'll have to open that. I got more Edge cards. This is for just generic Savage Worlds. This is for, I believe, Deadlands. Yeah, Deadlands Edge cards, Savage Worlds Adventure. So 2 sets of cards. These are the sleeves for said card. Now, I don't know if they give you enough sleeves. Oversized card sleeves. Doesn't say how many come in here. Yeah, it doesn't say. I don't know. I don't feel that that's enough to cover that many cards, but you never know. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, this is a pack of the character sheets. I think it's 50. So that's pretty cool. Tearaway character sheets. So that's pretty nice. Happy to have those. Oh, luckily my book didn't get dinged up too bad. It does have a couple of dents on it from, yeah, and the corner here got beat up a little bit, but it's pretty good shape. So I don't think I'm gonna have to file a complaint. So this is the 20th, and look at that cover, man. Is that, oh, it did get dinged up a little bit. Well, shit. I just saw it in the video, right? You can see it right there is a ding. But look at that metallic cover, and it's got metallic gilding. Gilding? Oh yeah, and there's ribbons. So this is the collector's edition of the 20th edition rule book. And then the swag box. This is the accessories box. And I'll do an in-depth review of this. But this has all the stuff you see on the back there, if I can get it up there. Yeah, so it comes with a bunch of dice. Comes with 4 D6 Savage Worlds dice, a bunch of cards, poker deck, poker chips, all kinds of stuff. So yeah. This box contains an action deck, 4 punch board sheets, tokens and templates, 4 PowerPoint counters, because it uses PowerPoints for like magic or superpowers or psychic powers. Status card deck, dice set, 6 polyhedrals and 4 wild dice, 25 bennies, 5 conviction tokens, and 4 punchboard card stands, which are nice. You'd be able to put a card there, and you could put a picture, because some of the like the Pathfinder and the fantasy versions of Savage Worlds had player cards, like a novice, seasoned, veteran. So you could put those up to show your character. So pretty excited about that. So that's what came in there. So that's pretty exciting. No packaging in the box whatsoever. So if you did back this and your package came from New Jersey, scrutinize it really good, because I've read some really bad complaints with their stuff being dinged up. Mine's not dinged up too bad. I don't think I'm gonna raise a fuss. There's a couple little dents. Looks like I don't know, like they laid something on top of it. And then there's a scratch in the cover right there. It's pretty mangled. And then there's a really good dent. You can see it right there. It's not the end of the world. I mean, I'm never gonna play with this. I have the regular book, so this is just gonna sit on a shelf to look stupid cool. And my group doesn't want to play Savage Worlds anyway. I might be able to talk them into it as a one shot. But yeah, pretty cool. So that's everything I got, guys. Pretty happy with everything. Oh, you know what? Let's open up the player's box and just for shits and giggles, let's see what's in there. I don't think there's tokens or anything in it. In the Necessary Evil box, I got some, I think I got 4 or 5 metal tokens. So this is the player's box. And yeah, it's not dinged up or anything. It's in pretty good shape. And it's just a cardboard box, but it's magnetic. So yeah, you can probably hear it. You can hear it click. Yeah, and there, oh, so there's a ribbon to pull everything out. So it's just a plain old box. And then it comes with status cards, which I think were in there already. Combat options. There's a little card book. Um, advantages. So and then and then these are the name stands. So okay, and then a little character journal. So kind of cute. I mean, yeah, it's just a little notepad to write on. I'll probably never use that, but it's nice to see all of this stuff. And then you can put the bennies in here. You know, get it all back in. There we go. There you go. And then of course you've got the ribbon to pull it all out. So very, very cool. In there. So yeah, that's everything, guys. I'm actually running out of steam. I want to thank you for watching. I'm happy to share all of this with you. As always, like and subscribe, share the channel, tell your friends. If you really want to support the channel, I'm on Ko-Fi. You can buy me a coffee. There's no limit to how much you want to send. Obviously you don't have to give anything. I do this for the fun, but I appreciate all the donations. I'm on Patreon. $5 a month gets you access to cool drawings. 2 people just won some stuff, and hopefully they've got them in the mail already. I'll have to ask. But other than that, guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling better than me. I'm gonna go take a nap. Peace and hair grease. And remember, as always, thank you for watching. Be your best self. Peace and hair grease. And remember, be nice.